Hi, I'm Jamie with Galileo, where I work to come up with projects that help kids grow as innovators. I'm here with today's project challenge. In this challenge, your goal is to bake a meringue. In case you've never had a meringue before, it's basically a puffy ball of crunchy sugar. Making meringues is definitely an impressive culinary feat, and it is a little challenging. You might have a failed batch or two when you're first starting to learn, but don't let that scare you. Just be courageous and give it a shot. You'll have a tasty reward at the end. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the process, and then you can follow the recipe that goes along with this video to try it out yourself. To get started, gather your ingredients. You'll need eggs, white granulated sugar, powdered sugar, and cream of tartar. If you don't have cream of tartar, you can also use lemon juice. You'll also need a flavoring ingredient. You can go with basic vanilla extract or play around with other extracts like peppermint or powders like ground coffee. Let me take a second to explain the culinary feat we're about to perform. We are going to take an egg white and beat it to transform it from a liquid into a mixture that's super airy and puffy and more than triple its original volume. This is going to happen thanks to some amazing baking magic, also known as chemistry. The key here is manipulating the egg proteins to create and preserve as many air bubbles as possible. Our arch nemesis here is going to be fats and oils. These deflate the air bubbles, and there's not really a good way to get them back into the mixture once they're gone. So the first important step is going to be to clean all your equipment and make sure it is totally grease and oil free. Then prep your powdered sugar, granulated sugar blend. We'll add this blend in at the end. Next, separate the egg yolk from the egg white. To do this, crack the egg as close to the center as possible over a mixing bowl. Gently split the egg in half, tilting the yolk into one half of the broken shell. Carefully transfer the egg yolk into the other half of the shell, letting the white drip out into the bowl as you do this. Repeat a few more times until most of the egg white is in the bowl, but beware. You can't get a single speck of yolk in the bowl or your mix won't whip up because egg yolks have fat in them. So it's better to limit the number of times you're passing the yolk back and forth, even if it means some of the white is left behind. If you do get some yolk into the whites, unfortunately, you can't just scoop it out and keep going. So just save the egg for someone else to use for breakfast and try again with a new egg. If this is starting to sound a little daunting, that's totally understandable. But don't take that as a sign that you should pass on this challenge. Just take it as a sign that it's time to bust out your courageous superpowers and forge ahead. Okay, forging. Beat the egg whites and cream of tartar. The cream of tartar adds acidity, which helps stabilize the egg whites so more air bubbles can form. The egg whites will start out frothy, then turn white and thick like soft whipped cream. Then add sugar 1 teaspoon at a time until you've used the full amount. Sugar creates elasticity that allows the mixture to hold its shape. Add your flavoring and mix until you have glossy, stiff peaks. To test if your mix is ready, stop the beaters. Dip them into the mixture and flip them over. The mixture should stick up in a straight point. If the point folds over even a little, it's not stiff enough yet. So keep mixing until you have stiff peaks. Once your peaks are stiff, use a spatula to carefully fold in the powdered sugar blend. Make sure you mix as little and as gently as possible, just enough to combine the sugar. You don't want to deflate all of the air bubbles you just created. Now it's time to form your meringues. If you have a piping bag or a Ziploc bag with the corner cut off, you can pipe your mix into kiss shapes. Or you can just spoon your mix onto the tray into fluffy balls of goodness. Then bake. Once the timer goes off, turn the oven off, but don't open the door. Leave the meringues in the warm oven to dry out for at least another hour or so. This will make sure the meringues are crispy all the way through. Once they're all dried out, plate them and enjoy. And if your meringues aren't 100% crisp and airy, no worries. It's still awesome that you tried the challenge, and they're basically balls of flavored sugar, so they're gonna taste great no matter what texture they are. Whew, okay, that's it for this challenge. If you courageously take on this culinary feat, we'd love to see a photo of how your final meringues turned out. So please share. Thanks for watching. See you next time.